Oh, for those of you just this for educational purposes, and for those of you who are just starting off dipping, there is a few small tips that I'm going to give you. For example, a lot of people always end up looking stupid when they're trying to pack a can. A lot of people do weird shit and they just clearly never dipped before, let alone even seen anybody dip. They just doing it to be cool. Or maybe they're sincere, they just are ignorant. So I'm going to show you a few things on, like I said, this is not promoting anything. I'm saying if you're going to dip, here's a few tips on what you should do. For example, packing. Well, this is what dip looks like. Now, I do a few different types. I'll do Copenhagen straight, I'll do Grizzly Wintergreen, and I'll do peppermint. This is actually Grizzly, the brand. Now, Grizzly Peppermint really has no flavor that's strong. It's usually the strength of the scent that usually gets people throwing up, really, because it's just nightclub. So if you're going to start and you never did before, I'm going to suggest Grizzly Peppermint. It virtually has no flavor, virtually and literally, hardly a scent to. Copenhagen Straight, personally, probably the best one I've had, but it's definitely strong. So, this one, a lot of people prefer this because it's just got a better flavor, better smell, and a lot of people mainly go by the scent really to height. Now, when you pack a can, you can pack it like cigarettes. You're not going to look stupid. It's just how you pack it. You can do it like cigarettes. You know, just hold it firm and pack it against your hand. You're not going to look stupid. It's just how you pack it. You know, if anything, it's going to make you look like you were a smoker first. A lot of people pack can. You probably see a lot of people pack it like that with one hand. And what you can do for that is, there's really no specific way of, well, really is, in the end, you're going to do the same way to pack it. You want to have your finger on the bottom, curved a little bit. This is kind of how your hand's going to look. It's going to look like that. Your finger's going to be curved a little. It's going to rest on the bottom. Finger's going to be out. And then you're pretty much going to hold it normally with your thumb. Now while you curve it, so you can hit it with your finger. So if you can hold it like this, see? You know, if you can do this, and really, you just kind of shake it up and down while patting it down. Even I can do it. And that says a lot if you know me. If you actually know me, it says a lot if I can do it. I figured this out on my own personally, but I've seen people with one hand. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna try it a few different ways. If you do it like this, hold it straight, you're gonna be twisting your hand weird, and I mean you can still do it, but you're doing a lot more effort. It's just easier to curve your finger slightly. And me, I always have a problem packing it. I don't know why. And then a lot of times people will overly push it forward and they'll do weird stuff, and then they'll mess up their pack. Hold it. Here's the center, here's the bottom. Kind of hold it near the bottom. If you're one of these people, but otherwise, typically you're hitting it with like this whole first part of your finger. But if you're one of these people who use their whole finger, hold it closer to the edge so it looks like that, not like that. because what this is going to do is it's going to force you to hit the center. I mean, really, you're doing the same thing, but move down a little bit. I don't know how it really makes a difference, but the balance, it makes it easier. Now, a can will probably last me a couple months. I'm not a heavy dipper. I'll probably do 1 dip a day, and it's a small dip. I mean, what can I say? I just don't dip a lot. Do I like dipping? Yes. Am I embarrassed at how much I dip? Usually in the South, you'll see people with wads like that. No joke. They'll go through like almost a can a day, and they'll take like probably 12 dips out of 1 can, maybe less. What a lot of people are ignorant of is just because you take a bigger dip, yes, a bigger dip lasts longer. Yes, it does, okay? However, what people don't necessarily understand offhand, yes, I could still go through a dip a day using a small dip, probably a few flecks here and there. Like flecks, or you know the word. A few specks. There you go. Little flakes, And I could still dip more than the average person. One, because I'm doing a little at a time. And some, they can do the same thing, but, with a bigger wad. And if you're a heavy dipper, you're definitely not going to like pouches. Now, some people, they're sneaking around school with this stuff, so they're not going to have it in, maybe that. That's what dip looks like. It's got a minty smell to it, kind of. This one does. But like I said, if you're going to start, and if the smell bothers you that much when you open it. Now, a lot of people can handle the dip. It's just when they first open the can, it makes them... Okay. Grizzly peppermint is probably the most bland smell. You're still getting this, good bit of nicotine. It's not weak any way, nicotine-wise. It's just smell-wise. So, in the packet, want to hold it kind of snug so it doesn't slip. Now, when you first start off, do like a few flecks, okay? Well, a few flakes. If you're just starting, it's not, I'm sure you can handle a lot more nicotine, don't get me wrong. I can handle more nicotine when I first started too, because when I first did it, I did that. However, one, I don't necessarily have the cheeks. If you haven't noticed, I got kind of I got chubby cheeks, but really it's your lip cheeks. Your lips got cheeks too. And that's where people get confused. You always should people get something like that. But they also have kind of a wider jawline. I got kind of a moderate jawline. So, when you're first doing it, just do a few flecks. Because one, you're not used to, you don't have the cheeks hold it. And then if you get too big, it seeps over your teeth. And then if you're not used to it, it gets on your tongue, and that's what makes you gag. Not necessarily the amount, but the fact that it's on your tongue, that's kind of what gets me. It's when it hits my tongue that I kind of get, don't get me wrong, here, let me show you. I still do small dips. I can take bigger dips too sometimes. So, if it looks good packed, you should be able to notice, I don't think you can see in this light, but like, if you've taken a few out, you should be able to see like an empty spot, and then the rest is over here on one side packed. So I don't think you can see it, but if you've seen somebody dip, when you're first starting out, I would take probably something like that. Okay, like I said, it's not because that was a waste. It's not because you can't handle it. It's because you just don't have the cheeks for it. Now, size dip I typically take is usually closer to about that. About 3 times as much. Okay, not a lot. Now, okay, that totally messed up the packing. I have to repack it to show you. So, see, I still do small dips, okay? I'm not ashamed. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to say I can dip more. Do they last longer, bigger dips? Yes, but you're also getting more at a time. And that's how you can, and if you do more than that, that's how you can tell you're starting to get addicted to it. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little kind of. Now, yes, you'll see people take in dips like that. Sometimes twice. Well, okay, maybe not twice that size, but it's not because they want to take that much. It's because they can't. They don't really. They understand they don't really have the cheeks for it. That or you poorly pack it. But I usually take about probably 1/5 of that much. Maybe 1/4 of what. But like I said, don't be ashamed of this. Don't be ashamed of that. Don't be ashamed of taking a pinch like the second size dip I showed you. Don't be ashamed. You just don't have the cheeks for it. Or you just can't handle that much. You still dip, it's not saying you're not trying to impress anybody. You dip because you did. Okay? Whatever your reason, you did because you did. So don't be ashamed of doing this. Don't be ashamed of taking a few flex here and there. FLECS, flex. I think that's a word. Heard it from a Owls of Ga'Hoole movie. I think they call it specs. I don't know. But whatever. We're not here to judge my grammar. We're just here to to inform you for informational purposes only. How to properly pack a dip. I can. Some people will turn it just to, get it all in one spot just to make sure it's all. Don't be afraid of doing that. And then, who cares? All that matters is you get a proper dip, well packed, so it doesn't go all over your face and in your mouth. Sometimes, then don't even be ashamed of having to have after you finish your dip, have a sip, swish, and spit the rest out. Don't. The whole point is so you get a nice, proper dip, and you get the buzz from it. That's all that matters. Who gives a shit what anybody else thinks? I still take a sip from my drink when I'm, in public. I'll still take a sip of something, swish it around, and spit the rest out. Because once you get that stuff in your throat and swallow it, can I drink with a dip in? A little bit. Can I eat with a dip in? Hell no. Don't think that's something you got to do. It's not. All that you want to do, or really need to do, is just want to get a nice proper pack in so you can get a nice size dip for you. That's all that matters. So, I hope this video you find informational and actually you learned something, but like I said, dipping for you. I used to do this too. Don't get me wrong, when I first started, I just somehow, in the end, got used to this. Okay, it's, it is what it is. So, I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you learned a few things, and hopefully then, personally, I'm going to advise you to not really do it, but, I do it. Because, I get a buzz, it's legal, it's not the worst thing ever. This is probably healthier on your body as opposed to smoking with all the chemicals in. This is for pretty much just straight up tobacco. Like if you go to Tennessee, you might get Copenhagen Skull where they put a shot of whiskey in it. Okay. If you see that Copenhagen Skull anywhere else, it's not with a shot of whiskey. That's only in Tennessee, I think. Everywhere else, it's illegal. Yeah, but anyway. We're running out of time here, so I hope you found this useful, and if you'd like another instructional video, hit me up. I may not answer it, but I may. Mainly because I'm never on. Did I say mainly because I'm never on?